It's a moment of truth for all job seekers, the job interview. But the folks at careerbuilders.com find out. Candidates will often blow their chances with unnecessary and sometimes outrageous mistakes. Career Builders Vice President of Human Resources, Rosemary Hebner, is here to tell us what not to do on that big job interview. Rosemary, good morning. Some of these things are just mind boggling. What's the biggest mistake that managers talk about seeing in a job interview?
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, the biggest is dressing appropriately. So 57% of the hiring managers we interviewed recently say, you're not going to believe this. People showing up in a business suite. I was impressed. I looked down and I see flips up all the way to pajama bottoms.
What?
Pajama bottoms, what should they do? I would say it's always err on the conservative side, and that may be a business suite, but ultimately, the environment you're interviewing with, what is their dress code, what's normal for them, make sure you check that one before you show up. You just want to make sure you are showing the hiring managers. You know you take the job seriously, and how you are dressing is going to show that.
And the second big mistake is asking personal questions. What kinds of things do people ask in an interview and what's appropriate?
If you're going to be asking questions, make sure you keep those on point. Talk about the company, you're asking about the position. Really make sure you are keeping focus on that.
Yeah, there are some things you want to ask. I mean, you want to know that you want them to know that you're knowledgeable about the company and you know the job you're interviewing for.
Absolutely. Ask questions. Come prepared. It's one of those other common mistakes we see where people don't have questions. Not just any questions. They need to be good questions. Where is the job going to be taking me in 5 years? What are your competitions up to? Look intelligence about your company, the opportunity, sorry.
And what about if you have something on your resume in your job story that maybe isn't so positive? You say stay away from talking negatively about a previous job.
Absolutely, it's hard to do. There is a lot of frustration out there if you had a bad experience at a recent employer, or you were laid off. What have you? But do not air that grievance at the interview. Of course, you will potentially be labeled a troublemaker or complainer. Hiring managers thinking, are they going to be saying these things about me in a year or two? So make sure you keep it positive. Focus on the skills you have and how you can transfer those quickly to the opportunity.
All right, cell phones, text messages, so all of these things. What do you do when you go into an interview? You forget to turn it off and it rings.
And it happens, and it's innocent enough. If it happens, you say, I'm so sorry, but we have reports of candidates taking the calls and asking the interview to leave the room because they need privacy for the call.
What?
So, that is not as extreme and uncommon as you would think. It's happening regularly. So, easy fix, stay focused. Good eye contact. Turn off the technology. Make sure you are selling yourself.
Very, very quickly lying.
Lying. Don't do it. Honesty is the best policy. Just don't do it at all.
If you don't know the answer, just say no.
Say you don't have that and you are going to get back in touch with them. You have the upper hand and the sorry, you have the upper hand then because you can contact them after the interview and make sure you are top of mind when they are making their final selection.
Okay, Rosemary, thank you so much
Sure.
for coming in. Good advice.